Reed Hastings started Netflix to bring the movie rental business to the people in a revolutionary way, from mail delivery to online streaming entertainment. While there is no formal mission statement, the company strives to bring innovative delivery of movies to the markets around the globe. Netflix continues to improve member experiences and stay at the forefront of robust innovation. Let's take a quick look at Netflix's management and board composition. Netflix top management consists of 8 top management roles. Netflix has a homogeneous group that consists of mostly Caucasian males and roughly in their mid-50s. While the company has one Caucasian female heading their human resource department, Netflix needs to bring together a more diverse management group that would offer the company complexity for developing positive performance. Netflix directors are comprised of a mix of insider, related outsider, and outsider board members. Mr. Hastings does have a board seat and has been labeled by the media as a CEO that must have control. This control is evident in his position on Netflix's board, which has the potential of impacting the company with negative performance, making the company vulnerable to effects of CEO duality. On the table is a merger between Netflix and Comcast. Prior to working out a deal with Comcast, Netflix received access to Comcast through their content distribution networks. While this deal will allow Netflix to stream Comcast content, there has been a service issue reported in excess of 25% decline of delivery speed of its content to Comcast subscribers. Moving on to research and development, Netflix is advancing their technological expertise while trying to offer personalization services and producing a responsive web design. Netflix's personalization services are to build algorithms that mimic how the brain works using Amazon Web Service to improve its products. The Amazon Web Service will benefit Netflix, giving them a platform to keep creating similar applications in the future while cutting costs on future ventures. The responsive web design is a platform to combine all feature and capabilities onto one type of platform to use on different devices. While this innovation was first introduced before entering the Netherlands to help with the sign-up flow, it became apparent how this type of platform was useful for its services longevity and expanded it to deliver a more consistent user experience. This research and development will allow Netflix to bring together all types of devices through a single platform. Netflix recently incorporated a shareholders' right plan for their corporate governance. This plan is aimed to thwart a potential takeover, making it more expensive to do so and less attractive. While these plans are common and usually coined poison pills, they can protect the company from shares being undervalued for its current shareholders. These poison pills can perpetuate a company's ineffective management, leading the company to suboptimal performance and undervaluation of the company. Netflix is comprised of a functional structure organization with top management reporting directly to the CEO, Reed Hastings. Their people management style consists of promoting performance, freedom, and responsibility. They accomplish these people management styles through rewarding performance of their employees, not the effort put forth. Netflix allows the employees freedom to work on their own schedules and pays employees what they deserve, not what markets has set for their job characteristics. Management feels that it's far cheaper to pay and compensate one employee for their expertise than it is to hire 2 people at market to do the same job. Thank you for listening to the history. We will move on to external environments. The external environment is comprised of opportunities and threats. The opportunities for Netflix would be expanding into the hot markets like the gaming industry and growing customer base internationally. To accomplish this, Netflix will need to find capital partners to realize these goals. The threats for the industry are the competitors and increasing costs related to technology development like internet bandwidth or cost to license materials that will keep customers happy. Being in the technology field, Netflix needs to be mindful of piracy to their data. While they diligently work on protecting their software to help them detect and thwart this threat, they also host a hack day that offers a fun and creative environment for its engineers to brainstorm. Let's move to the Porter's 5 Forces to see how the company can utilize these threats to capitalize their market power. The threat of rivalry among Netflix's industry falls into a moderate threat. While the force has high costs to enter, it also has many competitors. Netflix should maintain their first mover's advantage along with growing internationally to keep them an attractive choice amongst the industry. Netflix has a high threat of new entrants, from customer demand of online entertainment platforms to a lucrative industry for entertainment and technological competitors. Netflix research and development projects like personalization service and their continued work on the responsive web design will set a higher example of service while keeping them in line with their business strategy. Threat of substitutes is a high threat for Netflix, as there is easy access to online systems with many competitors offering similar products to the customer base. With the high level of substitute products comes a high threat amongst the power of buyers. Consumers are well informed on the important issues that affect them, like quality, cost, and price for undifferentiated products that are offered. To lower both threats, Netflix will need to maintain their first movers momentum by developing products like a cable box app and expanded in-house content to help alleviate some of this threat. Giving customers unique products and services will help boost their customer base. While most of the 5 forces are a high threat, power of sellers is a low threat force. As we've seen in previous 4 forces, Netflix industry has a high amount of competitors. Therefore, power of sellers has products and services that are readily available. To help make Netflix less dependent on suppliers, they can look into merging with Comcast to acquire cheaper content distribution or establishing an internal ISP service to help maintain their costs. Through the Porter's 5 Forces environment, we can see how Netflix can mitigate the external factors while pursuing their business level strategy. As we move into the internal environment, we will outline Netflix strategy in more detail. Let's move to Netflix internal environment. We start with their strengths. From the inception of the company, Netflix has utilized the first mover's advantage to successfully build a mail delivery DVD system with overnight processing. The company has also built a strong recognition from the brick and mortar strategy to dynamically changing it to a more convenient way to rent movies of mail delivery or online streaming capability. Netflix was able to see the change in technological advancement to migrate to the new online streaming platform to deliver movies to its customers. While the strengths have made Netflix a strong competitor, they keep making their customers' wants convenient and accessible. Moving on to weaknesses. One of the main drivers comes from their capital infrastructure costs for the mail delivery DVD segment to the ever-changing technological costs in the online streaming segment. This weakness can be minimized by raising their capital, mentioned in the opportunity section earlier in the presentation. Netflix corporate strategy is to build the world's best internet movie service. The company has maintained this strategy by adapting their business model to the changing environment, as evident in how they changed the way to rent movies. Making changes like providing entertainment through online streaming and producing in-house content is just a few ways they are adding value to accomplish a strategy that grounds the company. Netflix has options available to diversify, as briefly mentioned in the external environment segment earlier. If they take on some risks of trying to merge with content and ISP providers, by taking on this value-creating diversification, Netflix would increase their economies of scope by moving their corporate strategy to a related, constrained diversification. At the beginning, we started talking about how Netflix does not have a formal mission statement, but found a statement from the SEC filings that sums up Netflix's mission and business level strategy. Netflix hopes to maintain its competitive advantage by capitalizing on their domestic and international growth and extended services amongst the streaming service segment while improving the customer's experience. To accomplish these strategies, we see Netflix using their in-house content to reach more customers and differentiate their products from their competitors. Netflix has successfully aligned their strategic position against their competitors using this differentiation strategy. They have used the first mover's advantage to keep their product offerings robust and giving them the edge to maintain that competitive edge over their rivals. Netflix will continue to maximize on their differentiated product by utilizing their research and development to keep their products one step ahead of the competition. Netflix has started introducing their products to the international customers as well. While this is a challenge for most companies, Netflix can benefit by expanding into this new market to help offset the costs of content obligations and technological costs through expanding their economies of scale. Developing their brand internationally will help strengthen their products and allow Netflix to manage rising expenses and customer demand. One geographic roadblock for Netflix is introducing their product into the China region. The country has roadblocks for any Western luxuries and many internet trafficking guidelines that make entering this region nearly impossible. While they have been successful in other international regions, it may be beneficial to further watch China instead of forging ahead into an economical risk costing them more value and revenue they may not recoup.